Margaret, I saw on your blog at onintent.com that you actually did the palm reading for Michael Jackson and you discovered some things. Can you share with us what you saw there in his hand?
The reason I want to finish a manuscript I have due about palmistry. It's a palmistry workbook, and it's based on the class I taught in palmistry here at the University of Utah. And it's a beginner's class, and it's just a workbook where we walk through just the basics of palm reading. So, by the way, I am now taking professional palmistry clients if somebody wants their palm read over Skype. So, yeah, there you go. Oh, I love that. Oh, let's do your hand instead of Michael Jackson's. Can you see what I'm doing here? See, this is your heart line. That's your headline. Can you see what you probably can't see what I'm doing, huh? Yes, but this is for the viewer. Lilou has this huge, what we call a Saturn line. Or it used to be called a fate line or a destiny line. It goes right up the center of her palm, and yours does a very interesting thing, Lilou. It heads towards the pointer finger, which is what's called your Jupiter mount. And what that means is that you have your destiny or the thing that you're going to be doing the most in your life is being a teacher and a leader. How do you like that? Now, I would assume that these interviews that you're doing are being very much a teacher and a leader. And this says that you do it all the way up through about 50 or 60 years old.
Cool.
How do you like that?
I love it.
Yeah. My God, that's a long time. You have the, let me see. Now, is there a way for you, yeah, can you put your light, is there a way for you to put your light, let me see your other hand, your right hand. All right. Now, just a speck back. Yeah, that's very cool. Now, yeah, it says you're going to have your own company. Well, I mean, you probably do already, right?
I had for 8 years in the U.S.
Okay, and then this says this is just my reading.
I'm at a crossroad right now, so
Yeah.
I'm actually not sure if I'm going to be my own boss or working for someone right now.
Well, that's right. You wrote a whole book on.
Yeah.
I remember your book. That's right. Now, right here, though, I think this says that you're eventually, don't do this because I say it, but it implies that you're going to have your own business, and it's a communications business, duh. But it concerns health and well-being. So I feel like you're probably going to have something called Lilou, health and well-being books and products and video product group thing, and I think it has to do with health and well-being. That's what that big line there says. It's a little unusual, but that's all right. And love. Are you in love right now?
No, I would like to.
Okay.
I'm single.
All right. There's an implication now. Can you turn the outside
If you
hand
could tell me something about my love, I would love it.
Yeah, everybody wants to know that. What I'm going to do is this part of your hand, I want you to, yeah, there you go. Now, have you been married before?
No.
All right, because there's one really long marriage line on your hand. So what's going to happen, I believe, is now, do you have a desk lamp? Do you have a desk lamp near you that you could flash a little bit more light on your hand for me? Yeah. Now let me see your turn. I want to see right under your pinky really well. Huh. Yeah, I just see the one line, and well, I'm trying to look for children lines, but the lighting isn't good enough. But the That's pretty good. You know what? Let me tell you what your palm says, and you can believe me or not, but
Yeah.
your heart line says that you're a little overly romantic, a little bit of making the romance more important than the person.
That I have a
So
tendency to do that, yeah.
yeah, just a little though. So all you need to do is just keep the romance, but balance it with the person to try. It's just a little bit of a small
Shift.
balancing act because you don't want to lose your heart for romance, obviously. But just a little bit, then bringing the other person involved into a more rock solid importance as a balance to feeling very romantic and loving the romance of it. I don't want you to lose that part of you. I just want you to balance it.
What do you mean, stepping out and being stronger, or?
No, here's what happens is some people, and men do this too, is you take you're in love or you're dating somebody, and then being in the romance and being in love starts actually dominating your attention as opposed to the other person involved. It's almost like that person is becoming a little bit less important than the romance and the love of it. Now, in your case, it's just a touch. So I just want you to rebalance it just a fraction, just a little bit less into the romance and the romance of it, and a little bit more into the other person, who that person is. It's just a little bit of a different weighting, but I don't want you to make a drastic change. I don't want you to not love or being in romance. Does that make any sense?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do you understand the fine tuning I'm talking about? Just a little bit less, just a little bit touch less, but I don't want you to lose all of it. Nobody wants to cut that part off of themselves. It just so it's just a little thing to do for you. Let me see now. Let me see the rest of your hand. All right, now that's good. All right, I think, but otherwise you're very sensitive. You're very sensitive, and do you know what I mean by sensitive? It's like you're sensitive to what other people say and do, but you're also sensitive. Like psychic sensitive. Remember we were talking about people with antenna and radar?
Yeah.
You've got that going. You've got other people's stuff can affect you. So you're going to have to think about, Lilou, how you're not going to let other people's stuff affect you. Mm-hmm. Are you with me?
Yeah.
It's tricky business. Like what I have to do, I have to be on or off. Now your lifeline is this one right here. It goes rear. It's the one that goes from. Can you see what I'm pointing at? Or probably not, but yeah, that's your lifeline. Yes, very good. And it is long and strong. I don't see any breaks. What you don't want on a lifeline is breaks. Those are bad. That's interesting. And then. All right, and pull it back 1 inch. Pull back your hand 1 inch. All right. That looks good. All right, your heart line is very good. And so is your lifeline. Now, on your headline, what I'm looking at here is, I think, according to your hand, that you can get very agitated. Do you know what I mean by that? Mentally agitated means your brain is on overdrive, and maybe you're analyzing, thinking over and over and over.
Yeah.
And that's not good. And it's kind of interesting because it's as if, and you can put good girl. it's really interesting because what you're doing now when you make these investigations and interview people about being more in your flow and not having fear and having more confidence and being open to the psychic information and open to great energy, but not open to everything that people are throwing at you and everything anyone's ever told you. It says it's in this Lilou fine tuning where you're learning how to stay in your own flow. This is really good for you to keep the mental agitation from overwhelming you. And I think it seems to me that you've got an intention or a wanting of not having like this hamster cage, all this mental agitation go on all the time, and I think that's a good intention. I guess that's the bottom line. If that's something I would have you avoid, I'd like to see that headline be a little bit more strong and clear without the agitation on it. I think you'll be happier. I think it'll be easier on you to be in your own flow.
So a lot of us are experiencing that. So what do you recommend on a daily basis when we encounter those agitations and those fears?
Okay, that's a very good question. Now, the problem is it is highly individual, which is why your inquiries for yourself is very important for you, which is crucial. But so what I want to say about how to not be in agitation is in your case, and now I'm just doing a psychic read. That's not your hand, but in your case, Lilou, I would have you have written, like a written, bear with me, mantra or statements that you like to open your day with. Like you just open your journal and go, this is a great day. I just need to be in my flow today. I just need to be in touch with my greater energy today. I'm not going to absorb other people's stuff. I'm just going to be in touch with me. I mean, just having a list of your own affirmations to read and stick to. Like, it's for me, I feel like you have to have it in front of you. You have to, see it. Like, it's like directly to your brain. Like, okay, brain, this is what I want you to do. And that you feed your brain that information first thing during the day. Now try something like that. But the important thing with you is that's for you. Another person might need music, or you. And in your case, it would probably even help to have music. But some people need a visual, and some people need more of an energetic or a meditation or a clearing. And in your case, I'm feeling like right now the best thing for you to do is after you wake up and you feel really good, you just plug these affirmations into your brain about being clear and centered and not having your wheel overanalyzed. So try that. Let me know how that works.
Got it. Thank you. And if people watching this wants to have their own palm reading, they can contact you. This is fun, actually. We were not even.
It really is fun. Yeah, I know. It's just as good as Michael Jackson's hand.